Hi folks, it's Keith Beardsley, a Tory01, back with another blog or vlog, if whatever you want to call it. And today we're going to look at Trudeau's options because this scandal seems to have so many different legs and continues to grow day by day. Now, if you're a prime minister, you're sort of backed into a corner on this one. And, every prime minister's been there. Doesn't matter which party, sooner or later something blows up. So Trudeau has his hands full. What are his options? Well, he's got a bunch of them, actually. He's far from cornered on this one. Now, his first option, of course, is admit he blew it. That's the straightforward one. Everybody apologizes for everything now. How many things has Trudeau apologized for what he's done? So an apology for one more thing, not going to make that much difference to him, but the sound bites will be nice. The photo op will be nice. He could even shed a couple of tears to show us how sincere he is. Now, option number two, and actually pretty plausible one, he can fire a couple of people in PMO. And, from his viewpoint, sitting at a podium or standing at a podium, trying to tell everybody how sincere he is, he can say, these people let me down. They didn't brief me properly. I had no idea it was that bad. Staff are expendable. There's one thing you can always do. Number three, his third option, he can hang tough. Media get bored pretty fast. The media tend to move on to different topics, different stories. There's always some world event that will take place that the media will suddenly focus on. Hang tough. Just wait it out. The media will get bored, and quite often they do. Although this one, I'm not so sure. This one has the smell of sponsorship and scandal. Now, he could set up an independent review. This is what everyone's asking for, and it would look like he doesn't think he did anything wrong. He's willing to have an independent person, preferably a judge, someone that can't be bought, someone that doesn't work or worked at one time for one of his organizations or, his father's foundations or whatever. He could do that. And if you're the opposition, you better go through those terms of reference really carefully because that will shape the inquiry. And it's very easy for a prime minister to word the terms of reference in such a way that he still comes out claiming he did nothing wrong. So that's a possible option. And number five, give himself some cover in the short term while everything else happens. In other words, if he could give himself some cover until the media got bored, would be to take this MP, kick him out of caucus, make him sit as an independent, and sort of frame it as, in caucus we talk about a lot of very sensitive things. Sometimes might even be, of a security nature. So just to be safe, we're going to move this MP, move him out of caucus temporarily, and he'll sit as an independent whilst we conduct our own internal investigation to see what went on and was there any truth to these stories that are in that awful media out there. That's actually a pretty good possibility. So, he could even, I suppose, now long shot I know. Option number six, well, he could act like a real prime minister and prime minister of a democratic country whose election was under fire, if you want, or there were attempts to subvert the election, and he could call for a full-blown investigation and open inquiry. Highly unlikely. Let's face it, no Liberal prime minister wants another sponsorship investigation going on leading up into what could potentially be an election, especially when you're sitting with a minority government. So my guess, you'll kick the MP out of caucus and say it's temporary. You'll fire a couple of staff and you'll say, see, I'm so sincere. I really didn't make a mistake. It was everybody else's fault. Now that's the Trudeau we all know and love. Keith Beardsley, a Tory01, wishing you a great day.